guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sylvia. I'm a full-time reseller. I sell on platforms like Macari, Poshmark, and Depop. If you're interested in seeing those type of videos, please make sure to subscribe for you to keep up to date with all of my videos. So today, you guys, I'm going to be talking about what I picked up in the thrift store. I spent roughly $150 and I picked up like around 17 items if I'm not mistaken. I want to know what are your goals, you guys, for this new year. My goal is to list more and be able to grow my margins, my profits. I'm focusing more on eBay now. Well, this year coming up because we're in 2022 and we're moving on to 2023. So my goal is to list more on eBay and Depop. Depop, like, I feel a lot of things have been selling for me since I started listing there. In Poshmark, when somebody like your item, you could send them an offer or vice versa. On Depop, they only have where the buyer could send you an offer. So let's say I like your item and I want to send you an offer, I could. But a lot of times when you do accept offers on Depop, people don't pay right away or they just forget completely. So a lot of time you're stuck with that, when you accept an offer and they don't even pay for the item. Which is okay because then the item still could be sold to somebody else. But, it could be a little annoying at the same time because, you could send them a message saying like, hey, you haven't paid yet. You only have, I think you only have 24 or 48 hours to pay through Depop when they send you an offer. So, yeah, some people don't pay, some people do pay. But it doesn't matter because at the end, like, if you keep adding new stuff, eventually you're going to get a sale. They do use a lot of hashtags on Depop. So if you're looking to sell on Depop, I would recommend, like looking up like trendy hashtags because I think it helps a lot for people to find your items. So yeah, hopefully this year I'll be able to sell a lot more on Depop and eBay. With eBay, I'm not focusing on clothes mostly, but I'm going to try to focus more on like hard to find things. Like, clothes, it's just going to be Poshmark, Depop, clothes, and eBay. I'm going to try to focus on more like try to focus on vintage stuff because it's kind of hard to find like in my area. I don't go to like yard sales and stuff like that, so I just usually go to a thrift store. So I'm hoping to find things that I could list on eBay, and hopefully it will be a profitable year where I make a good decent amount of money. So I'm going to show you guys what I picked up. This first item is this Ninjago alarm clock. I wasn't gonna get him, but I saw him like on the shelf and he looked like very interesting, and I was like, well, let me just look him up. I didn't have a lot of time to just sit there and comp everything, so I just had to do everything quick. I haven't tested him yet, but I will. And when I looked him up on eBay right quick, I did saw that the green one goes for around $20 to $30, so I decided to get him just to give it a try. The other stuff I saw, which I thought was pretty neat, was this Disney Parks, what's the name of this? Bucket, the popcorn bucket. And it does have like some scratch marks or scrapes, whatever you want to call it. I have never sold this from the Disney Parks, but I knew it could be worth something because it's from the Disney Parks. And it's pretty clean in the inside, so I decided to pick it up. This one, I think it was going around $30 on eBay. So, again, I didn't pay much for him, so I was like, well, I'll just pick him up. I mean, again, I will look more deeper into it, but I was kind of in a rush. The next item is this Care Bear long sleeve shirt. I was thinking something like this. I'll probably list it on Depop. I didn't pay much for it, so, somebody will like it on Depop. So I figure since I'm just trying to list stuff that people like on Depop, I'm just gonna get it. Another item I picked up was this Torrid sweatshirt. Anything Torrid, as long as I'm not paying an arm and a leg, I will grab. Because Torrid does really good for me. I mean, Every time I list it, I sell like most of the items, you know? As long as I have a price like not too high, it tends to move for me. So I thought, you know, this is a nice piece, you know, with the skull. Somebody's gonna want that. The next item I picked up, this one is gonna be listed on Depop, maybe even Poshmark. It's this J. Crew elephant sweatshirt, and in the back it says the David Sherrill Wildlife. Shadrach. This is a nice sweater, so J. Crew tends to move a lot for me, so that's why I tend to pick it up. I wouldn't say the sweatshirts and the sweaters and stuff like that, but if it's like a unique like print or something like that, I might get it. The next item, I was so excited because this, I will have to say this was one of my best items I found today. It was this Eileen Fisher, blazer, coat jacket. And this one is in a size large. I did pay up for this item, but I think it's going to do so well on eBay because every time I list any Eileen Fisher item on eBay, it tends to sell really well and really quick. So I just picked it up. It was a little higher than I would like to pay for it, but in my thrift store, you have to pay up for some items because if you come back the next day or the day that is half off, you won't find it. Most of the items I picked up today were regular price. They were not like half off, which is okay. I don't mind paying up sometimes if I know I could move it. The next item is this Torrid top, and it's like this beautiful peplum top, and this one is like a 1X. This would have been perfect for Christmas, but I know Valentine's Day is coming, so we could all get dressed up. And it was new with tag. It wasn't that much, so I picked it up. The next item is this Torrid size 4 tie-dye shirt. So I picked it up. Wasn't that expensive. The next item I picked up was this, what is it called? A scrub. This one is the Alice in Wonderland. And it looks like this is like the Halloween style. I didn't notice that my mother-in-law, she showed it to me, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm taking that. My mother-in-law, she's a collector, so she has an eye for stuff like that. So she knows that I'll be looking for Disney stuff, and whenever she's looking for her stuff, she might see something that I might be interested in, and then she shows me, and obviously if I like it, I'm gonna get it. The next one is this Torrid. This is a tie-dye peplum. Super cute. Size 3. Again, I found a ton of Torrid. Like I said, since it's a fast mover for me, I tend to move it like quickly. It doesn't sell for a ton. I would say average $20 to $30 depending on the style. I tend to pick it up. Now, Old Navy is something I will pass on no matter the style because I don't tend to do very well with it. This one is a 3X. I picked it up because I was going to keep this top. It has like this floral design. It's really cute. But I realized it didn't fit me. It was too big on me. So, yeah, I'm going to have to sell it because it doesn't fit me. Now, this next item, I was really intrigued with it because I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not because I was like, I don't know how well. I was trying to look it up on eBay as fast as I could, but I really didn't have like much information on it. It's this sweater by the movie Up, and that's how it looks. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not because there's not much information online. So I was like, well, maybe I should leave it. But then, you know, I decided to get it. The next item I got was this Athleta sweater. And it's like a cozy, like, I don't want to say teddy bear, but it's like a Sherpa cozy sweater. It was new with tags, so guess what? I did pick it up. Again, that's another piece that I did pay up a little bit more than I would like to. Just because it's a leather and because it's like fuzzy and warm. Usually I do good with their pieces, but some other pieces tend to sit. So I just be very picky with what I get. The next item I picked up was this button down top, and this one is by Dress Barn. The reason I got it was because it looks like kind of Egyptian and it has all these cats, and I thought something like this might do well on Depop because they're into this funky designs and people there, like, you know, they like this type of stuff. So that's why I decided to get it. So since I'm experimenting with Depop, I'm trying to see, like, go outside my comfort, because usually if I was in the thrift store I would never pick up something like this because this is not something that I gravitate to. I usually try to go with like the brands that I'm more familiar with, like Lily Pulitzer, Eileen Fisher, you know, there's like a whole bunch that, you know, I tend to gravitate to before I'll get that. But since I'm trying out Depop, we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna like it. Now, I did pick up some plushes. I always tend to pick up plushes because guess what, you guys? They tend to sell well for me. I mean, I don't pick up just any type of plush because then you have a, you know, when I first started, I used to pick up Build-A-Bear. And I remember somebody saying, I don't remember what YouTube video was or what reseller, but somebody was always say, oh, Build-A-Bear is like a good plush to pick up. So I will go to the thrift store and I'll be so excited because I'm like, oh my god, there's so many Build-A-Bear. So I remember one day going to the thrift store because I used to go like every single day, and then I got a whole bunch of Build-A-Bears. Well, guess what, I only sold maybe 3 or 4 out of the whole bunch I had. So yeah, I don't do that no more. Now I'm very picky. There is certain Build-A-Bear plushes that do go for good money, especially the Halloween cat, I think it was, or something like that. But I remember having that one and it sold for good money. So yeah, so when you buy Build-A-Bear, I would recommend to be very picky and do your research because there's a ton of them out there and they're not worth that much. Well, I decided to gamble and and buy this little cat plush, and this one is by Applause. I usually do really well with this brand. It's a vintage 1984 plush, and it's a cat, so it's a realistic looking cat. I didn't look up comps on eBay. I'll probably do that a little later, but I thought somebody would like this because there's a lot of people that love cats, and I did pay up for him. I don't like to pay up for plush, but you know, I paid up for him because I believe on this plush. I believe that, you know, he's going to bring me in good money. So I decided to get him. And yeah, you guys. Oh, let me show you guys what I picked up. I picked up these little bubble games, which if you guys know, you usually play like this with us. When I was younger, my mom used to always pick this up for us. I didn't do no research on eBay, but I thought it was pretty neat. You know, to list it as a set. If they came like all 3 together, I think somebody might like it. Probably not gonna get a ton for it, of course, but I just decided to try it out. You never know, $10-$20 maybe. I didn't pay much for it, so I was like, well, if it doesn't sell, I mean, I don't want to say worst case scenario, but I might just give it to my girls and they might like it. So yeah, so I decided to pick that up. That's very random, but since I didn't pay much, I decided to take the risk. So the last item I did get was this Harry Potter Universal Studios plush, and I don't remember his name, but I did saw some on eBay and they sold for $30 pre-owned. So since this is brand new, I'm hoping I could probably get maybe $40 to $50 for him. I mean, obviously I will have to do more research, but I'm pretty sure I could get somewhere around there, maybe even 35. But yeah, that's why I'm always picky with what I pick up, especially like plushes now, because if not, I mean, I don't have a lot of space to store all of this. I might look into getting a warehouse. No, not a warehouse. A storage room. to see if I could like fit all my stuff, because I just have a lot of stuff, especially clothes, that I want to get moving, so I could bring new inventory and stuff like that. Well, you guys, that's all I have for you today. Again, if you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye.